Do you know the worst lead sources for real estate agents? Let's talk about it. I hear you. You need leads. You need leads in your pipeline because the more leads you have in your pipeline, the better your business is going to be. But here is the challenge. So many real estate agents fall into the trap of picking the wrong lead sources. And what ends up happening is that you end up frustrated, tired, and in many cases, broke. So today I am going to break down the top 3 worst lead sources that you need to be aware of as you build your real estate business. Now, I'm Rosemary Lewis, your real estate bestie, and I help women in real estate build businesses that they love, make multiple 6 figures, but also deepen their faith and their relationship with Jesus. Anytime you're around here with me, we will talk about business, but we will definitely intertwine our faith. And today, I hope you have faith in what we're going to talk about today, because we have to debunk these lead sources that will ultimately punk you out of this business. Now, before I say anything, I do want to make like a PSA, a public service announcement. And this is the announcement, is that it all works, right? But everything may not work for you if you don't have the right skill set. So even the top 3 that I give you today, there is somebody that is killing it using these lead sources, but they have the skills to use them appropriately. So I really just want to warn you about investing in things that you may not be ready for and then getting frustrated and ultimately exiting the business. So let's talk about the first one, cold calling. I know, like, do not come for me in the DMs. Do not come for me in the comments because you do cold calling well. Because I know a lot of people that do cold calling well. And truth be told, when I first started in real estate, I was a part of a team. That team bought internet leads. And with that, I did a lot of cold calling. And I became good at it. However, let me tell you what I noticed about real estate agents is that sometimes you will go to these third-party sites, right? And you will put all of your hope into cold calling and you will buy these lists. But because you have not been trained and you do not have the skills on what it looks like to cold call, to call strangers, to actually know how to engage them in a conversation, it ends up being a huge waste of time and a huge waste of money. Now, I said it before, cold calling does work, okay? There's a reason why it's one of the most tried and true strategies, but you have to have some strategy behind it. And if the only strategy is getting the list, like I see you get butterflies in your stomach. The first time that you get a rejection, you hang up. You don't want to call because it feels laborish. And then you wonder why you don't have a real estate business that is truly supporting you and looks like the ones that you see on HGTV. It's because you dove into a lead generation strategy without really knowing how to appropriately execute. So if you are going to cold call, okay, first of all, you need to get good at like getting your information out, right? The person on the other end of the phone, they don't know you. You are a stranger. So you have to get right to it, but also have the skills to be able to assess the problem that they have and really deliver on how you are going to be the solution to that problem. If not, you're going to be so very frustrated. And here's another thing with cold calling. You just got to understand, you're going to get way more no's than you are going to get yeses. So if you are struggling to develop that thick skin and understand that rejection is going to be a part of the game, then this is probably one of the worst things for you to do. Now, I'm not telling you not to try it, but if you are going to try cold calling, make sure that you have invested in getting skillful and you understand that it's probably going to be more of a long game than a short game, okay? Here is the second worst form of lead generation for real estate agents. Paying for these third-party sites to feed you leads. Friend, you can waste hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars paying these companies that are using our listings, by the way, to attract these leads, only to come up disappointed. And just like we just talked about with cold calling, it really comes down to skill. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of these lead generation companies, they are selling the same leads, the same zip codes to multiple people. And you are going to have, first of all, your response time has to be Johnny on the spot, because the average person that's clicking on this website, they're also clicking on that website and that website and that website. And all of these different websites are selling their information. And that means that you are not the only agent, the only stranger that is calling them trying to get their business. So before you sign a big contract, right, and you commit yourself to a year or two of paying for these leads, like literally, I want you to think about it like they're rented, okay? These are not people that you have developed yourself, but literally you are renting them. It may even take a little bit longer, even as you are able to convert them. It may take a little bit longer to establish that trust, because they have their trust in the website or in the form that they clicked, and not necessarily in you as the real estate agent. So I don't want you to be frustrated. And again, like I said before, everything does work, but you got to know how to work it. And this is one of the areas where I see a lot of people wasting a lot of money, and it will like not only can put you out the business, but it might even bankrupt you if you are just throwing money at the thing and not developing the skill on how to truly convert these leads. Now, if you want me to talk more about why I never ever did a lead source like this, why I just found that it wasn't fruitful in my thought process and what I did instead, go ahead and put a comment in comments, and then I will create a video and just letting you know where I decided to put my marketing dollars instead of marketing or paying these companies for leads. Now, here's the final one, and it may shock you coming from me. The worst source for leads for real estate agents is only depending on referrals. I know this is probably a shocker, especially coming from me, because the majority of my business has been built on a referral base. Now, let me explain though, okay? I am like most of you. I love nothing more than to wake up and just get text messages of people that are messaging me, hey, I'm interested in buying my house. I'm interested in selling the house. Hit like if that's the type of business that you would like to build for yourself. And I'm here to tell you that you can build it. But this is where most people go wrong, is that when it comes to building a referral base, they miss the part about building it. All most agents want to do is depend on referrals, but not effectively prospect, nurture, and follow up with their referral sources, whether it be your sphere of influence or a past client or your friends and family. You just think that because you are you, because they should automatically know that you are a real estate agent, that the referrals should roll in. And that is absolutely not the truth. You have to set aside time and marketing dollars in your budget so that you can actively nurture your referral base. If your idea is that the phone is just going to ring because the phone is going to ring, then you are going to be in big trouble. I want you to check out this video that I did about how to become a successful real estate agent. And I really go deep about the importance of being resourceful. And I give you some ideas in that video, because the more resourceful you are, the more your sphere will want to refer you, because you have deemed yourself to be irreplaceable. But for all of those agents that want to be, I'm going to say it, you want to be lazy, you want to, post a social media post every now and again, you want your cousin them just to remember that you're a real estate agent, and you are depending on that to build your business, you will be out of the game quicker than you got into it. So yes, I am a firm believer that referrals are actually probably my number one source of income, but it's because we are actively building and not depending. There is a difference. So if you're only depending on a referral base, but you're not actually pouring and building into that base, you will be sorely disappointed. I hope this was helpful and just gives you some insight on the lead generation activities that you may want to at least approach it differently or stay away from. And if you want to know my number one lead generation activity as we conclude 2024 and go into 2025, check out this video or slide down to podcast 187. I'll talk to you next week, besties. Bye.